Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another banger. Yesterday we dropped a banger. Now I'm bringing you another one. We're breaking down what I think are the best budget cards in MLB The Show. I'm talking 15 stubs or less. And just to be clear, I'm not including free cards that are not easily obtainable. I'm talking 15 minutes or less, not 15, 45 minutes to an hour or less. So that means no collections and no grind heavy stuff like the Spotlight Player of the Month, no Team Affinity All Star cards. I'm talking cards that you can just grab them, pretty easily. This video is mainly for those of you playing on All Star difficulty. I mean, I can only imagine that the good players, Hall of Fame and above, World Series players and above players. If you're good at the game, let's be real, you're probably not on a budget. I mean, we get taken care pretty good by SDS, with the World Series rewards. It's pretty easy to make stuff in this game if you're good. So this is for my lower level players or someone that doesn't have the time to grind every single program and don't get to play a lot of ranked. Also, this is my last video with a shitty mic. A new one is coming tomorrow and I'll be using it for the top 5 picture that's dropping soon. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoy the content or find it helpful, drop a like and consider subscribing. It only takes 2 seconds and it helps me out a lot. Let's get into it. I want to start with a couple of honorable mentions here. Juancel Perez, very close to making the cut. Right field, can play basically everywhere. He's very good defensively. I wouldn't put him at third or shortstop just because he's so short, but he fits the meta. He's a switch hitter that's going to match lefties. The only problem is you need to get him to P5 to get his clutch to over 100, which is kind of like necessary at this point in the game, in my opinion. And doesn't have the best swing. He's so cheap right now. What is he now? 5,000 stubs. So he almost made the cut, but another guy that could have made the cut, but like I said on the intro, this is mostly for my All-Star players and maybe some Hall of Fame players. Bixley is probably one of the best cards if you're on Legend because of the max contact and clutch. And another issue with this card, you need to get him to P4 for you to have 80 power against left. Another card, 5,000 stubs. He's best position for me. I wouldn't play him at second. He's too slow. I put him at third when I was using him and he did amazing. So probably the best position. Again, I wouldn't play this guy at second or short. But he's a switch hitter. He fits the meta. Another guy that just came out, Arquette, Iva Arquette. Beautiful swing. He mashes lefties. Good clutch. Defense is alright. He has the arm. So you are not going to notice that, and he's huge. He's 6'5". He has a good kind of like a Trey Turner swing. So if you enjoy Trey Turner, he's kind of, you could have both of them in your infield. For less than 10,000 stubs, I don't think you can go wrong with this card. Manny Machado, really great. Only thing keeping him from being a top 5 budget card in the game is the defense, honestly. And if he had a cannon, I would play this card. Like, I love Machado's swing. I always loved him. Mashes lefties, maxed out power, almost maxed out contact versus rights. So you're never gonna have a problem with this card. Really sucks that he didn't make the cut for the top 10. Brent Rooker, probably the best right-handed platoon guy that's cheap or free. I don't think I have anything else to say there. Nate Pearson, I rate this card so much. I think he's probably like the third, well, now with Corbin Burnes, he's definitely the third best right-handed pitcher in my opinion, and he's Quicksilver value, so very underrated card. And finally, Andrew Miller, he's funky and he's going to give some players problem, kind of like a Chris Sale or a Kershaw. He's 6'7" with a very janky delivery, with good stats, great per nines. So yeah, you can add this guy to your bullpen for 6,000 stubs. He's going 7,000 stubs. He's probably going to be cheaper next week, but I think there's much better options in the bullpen. Starting off the list, we have the second best right-handed reliever in the game, in my opinion. I trust this Lee Smith with my life, man. He throws hard. He throws like 104 consistently. He has that fork well to tunnel that off. He's great. Yeah, I really rate this card, man. Not because everybody has him and because he's free, you shouldn't use him. I think he's amazing. If you don't have Felix, then this guy is a must on your bullpen. Again, for 5,000 stubs, I think he is the real deal. We go on to number 9. We have another reliever. Now we have a left-handed one. Chappie. You know, he's always great. He is him. Like, people just see him and they shit their pants. He's one of the pitchers that has this intimidation quirk where they just freeze when they see him. They start swinging at everything. They panic, and he is the only lefty that just throws gas. So for that reason, I think he is a must on your bullpen. He's like 7,000 stubs at this point. He's a must-have. Number 9. At number 8, I have this Chris Sale. And like I said on the beginning of the video, this is for my lower end players. So Chris Sale, we've all been baptized by Chris Sale. The first time that you see this card, we all struck out 15 times against Chris Sale. Okay, there's no sugarcoating it. You just get owned by Chris Sale the first time you see him, and he's funky, he's janky. This guy's basically guaranteed. I'm not gonna go as far as say a guaranteed win, but he's a guaranteed quality start every time on All-Star. And on Hall of Fame, people say like, oh, he's only good on All-Star because you're playing bad players. Bro, there's still so many terrible, horrible players on Hall of Fame. I would argue there are worse players on Hall of Fame than on All-Star. So I think he's still usable on Hall of Fame. Obviously up until a certain point, you know, low levels Hall of Fame like 700s, 800s, he's still viable in my opinion. So for that reason, he's a lefty. He fits the meta. Number 8. Number 7, I got Adrian Morejon. He's the best lefty reliever in my opinion. His sinker goes up to 100. He has pretty much the perfect pitch mix. Doesn't have the best speed differential, but maxed out hits, pretty much maxed out clutch. Has great control and great breaks on all of his pitches. I don't think he has under 80 in break or control in any of his 5 pitches. So he is the best reliever in the game in my opinion. I really trust him. He's not much of a closer, but he's going to shut things down. He's like a perfect setup guy, kind of like Danny Colombe. Number 6, I got Ian Happ, man. Ian Happ, one of the most underrated cards in the game. I swear, I cannot believe how why I don't see this guy every time, bro. He's 5,000 stubs. He's a switch hitter. He's going to play amazing left field defense. I get that his power is kind of bad, but he has 118, 117 contact versus lefties. Fits the meta. The power kind of sucks. You do have to get this guy to P5 to get him over the 80 power threshold versus lefties, which, you know, is definitely a turnoff. But he has serviceable clutch, good contact versus righties, 80 power, 83 power versus righties. So he's still very usable. And honestly, he is one of the only left fielders that are switch hitters. So he fits the meta for me. I'm still using him. I don't know how long will he be in my team. I used him for a game. He won 1 for 3. And I think he hit like a very solid line out. So maybe the power is a concern with him. But for 5,000 stubs, you're getting a switch hitter at a position where there aren't that many options, you know, unless you're going to play someone like Mickey Mantle out of position. But again, Mickey Mantle's 100K. This is for people that are on a budget. So I think he's a must. At number 5, I got the new Cody Bellinger. You're definitely not going to play this guy at center field, but he's going to be amazing in the corner outfields, and he can play first base too. Another position that's very, very weak in my opinion. Great contact, has a very good swing, has more power versus lefties, which is great. 117 clutch. He's fast. He has the defense. So this guy is a must-have. And on every budget team, he has a very good swing, and he's free to get, man. You can get this guy in like 30-40 minutes of playing this game, that really, for me, that's like, that really goes a long way. So for that reason, I think he is one of the best cards in this tier, and his spot reflects that. Number 4, I have Al Leiter. Um, if you're one of those players that it's bouncing up and down between All-Star and Hall of Fame, you're pretty much guaranteed to win every time that you throw this guy on Hall of Fame. He is, once you get to Hall of Fame and above, he is the best pitcher arguably in the game. Him and John Donaldson are like A1, 1A, 1B for sure, in my opinion. This Leiter is just, he's just a cheat code. You're going to destroy bad players with him. You're going to destroy good players, or you're even going to destroy great players with this card if you know what you're doing. The 75 walks per 9, it's a lie. You can dog the sinker every time with this card. His slider is disgusting. Ton of that with a slow changeup, bro. This card is pretty much perfect. I know I said, this is for my All-Star players, and while I really wouldn't trust him and rate him as high on All-Star, I think he's still viable. The beginning of the game, I was playing mostly on All-Star and Hall of Fame, and I was using his 86 Blue Jays card, and I did solid with him. I think I had a below 3.5 ERA. So at this point of the game, I think you can still use this card. If this was budget cards in general, I think he would be a little bit higher on the list. But at number 3, Will Smith. With the next 3 cards, I really struggled with the order, but this is what I settled down with. Will Smith, number 3, maxed out contact against both sides, maxed out clutch, 110 power, I believe, versus lefties, 90 plus power versus righties. And again, the only right-handed pitcher that you're going to see on a consistent basis is that Roger Clemens, and I'm not scared facing this Roger Clemens with Will Smith. I would much rather face Clemens with Will Smith than Al Leiter. Like, that's just 100% true. So I don't think you're going to have a problem. It sucks that I'm not using this guy because I really was vibing. I was loving his live series card at the start of the year. He was my catcher for a solid minute. But now, the switch hitters are meta, and I love Santana, and I obviously love Kyle Bradley, so he has no spot on my team. But for 6,000, 7,000 stubs, he should be your catcher if you cannot afford Bradley or Santana. Or even if you have Santana, I'll just probably play Santana at first, and Will Smith is your catcher. He is that good. At number 2, I got Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones, 10,000 stubs. He was like 8,000 stubs at one point in the weekend. He went up a little bit in price. He's only going to keep going up in price. My prediction is he's going to sit around 18,000 to 24,000 stubs once the 6th inning program comes out, because people are gonna want to lock him in for the voucher. So get him. Switch hitter, stats are a lie. He definitely has much higher stats. The power is there. He has an amazing swing. He always has the Chipper Jones swing, one of the best swings in the game. Switch hitter, he's going to be amazing on the field. He's 6'4", so he's going to be able to cut down on those down the base line doubles, turn them into a single or even an out sometimes. He can bat down balls, those liners. He can jump up and catch them. So he's still great. He's even fast for the position, 72 speed with a P4. That's extremely fast for a third baseman these days. 6'4", great defense, great swing. He has the power. He has everything. I was really debating with these 3 guys. I really didn't know what to do with the order, because at number 1, I got a free card, Kyle Schwarber. Like, he is the best lefty bat in the game. It's not even close. He's even better against lefties. You get this guy to P5, I believe, and he has maxed out contact versus lefties. He already has maxed out clutch and power against both sides. Perfect card. Sucks that he is a DH. Maybe I should have put him a little bit lower because he's only a DH. But if you're on a budget, he is your DH. And honestly, I really wouldn't worry too much with all the lefties that you're going to see. He's just him. Like, I was enjoying him. I love this pipeline pass card version earlier in the year. I was smashing with this dude. I was getting like 600 versus righties. Again, I was only platooning him, so maybe his stats are a little bit inflated, but in my opinion, you can definitely use this card lefty lefty. Like I said, this guy is not on my team. He's a bench bat. I don't start him because I just don't feel comfortable hitting lefty lefty. If I can have a switch hitter, I will have a switch hitter. But for everybody that doesn't have, like Lindor, J-Ram, Santana, Bergman, Ketel, I think you have to have this card in your team. He's pretty much the perfect hitter. He's even better than Ted Williams. Only downside is you're never going to play this guy in the outfield. I think you are crazy if you play this guy in the outfield. Reaction is just too low. If he had like 75 reaction, I would say you just swallow it, and because the bat is going to be that good. But I wouldn't do it. Like at this point I wouldn't do it. But he's the best budget card in the game, in my opinion, right now. Let me know if you agree with me with the list, not so necessarily the order, but let me know if you would have included someone else, maybe somebody that I didn't even mention in the honorable mentions, in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, like. If you're new around here, subscribe for more MLB The Show content in the future. Until then, I'll catch you later.